Good evening, friends. Thanks always for your valuable comments and feedback. After the news update, we'll interact with you, friends. Thanks always for your love and feedback. A joker with a vicious slant is the best way to describe this lady from West Bengal, who happens to be the Chief Minister. Mamata Banerjee tells women to beat up BJP workers with utensils and calls herself a Royal Bengal tiger. Now she's on a wheelchair, so it would be best to say that she's a Royal Bengal tiger on wheels. She also went on to say that she was attacked by goons from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar without giving any evidence. Mamata Banerjee injured herself in Purulia recently in an incident that was ruled to be an accident in a report by the Election Commission itself. This, however, has not prevented her from accusing the BJP of attacking her. No one from Nandigram attacked me, but you brought goons from UP and Bihar. We want a free and fair election. If they come, women should beat them up with utensils, she said. That is the standard of this Chief Minister. Meanwhile, the pretty campaigner has lost her cool in an election rally in West Bengal. A video shared by the BJP shows Trinamool Congress MP Nusrat Jahan losing her temper during a roadshow in Paul Mount, West Bengal. The actor turned politician allegedly lost her cool after campaigning for over an hour. I've been campaigning for over an hour. I don't do this even for the Chief Minister, she said in the video. In the 25-second video clip, the agitated TMC leader can be seen getting down from a vehicle, refusing a party member's request to continue the rally up to the main road. The main road is right here, just half a kilometer. The person can be heard requesting Nusrat in the video. The BJP's Bengal unit posted the video on its Twitter handle with the hashtag Mamata losing Nandigram and quoted the Trinamool MP as saying, I can't do a rally for more than 1 hour. I don't even do it for my CM. In Bengal, voting for the first phase of assembly elections concluded on Saturday with over 84% voter turnout. Polling for the remaining 7 phases for the 294 member state assembly will be held between April 1 to 29, and the results will be declared on May 2nd. The ruling TMC is seeking to retain power in the state, while BJP is looking to oust the Mamata Banerjee government. The two main political rivals have locked horns in the West Bengal polls. Hearing this lady speak, Nusrat, one should admire a prime minister who is in his 70s, who, when he goes on rally, he's there for hours on his feet. And look at a woman who's so young. She can't even stand more than an hour. Meanwhile, in the VazeGate case, the owner of the car, whose number plates were recovered, claims it was stolen in November 2020. Friends, if you were watching the news closely, you will note that a place which sells these false number plates is called Bunty. That made me really amused. Bunty something. The number plates recovered from the Mithi River by the NIA in connection with the Antilia bomb scare belongs to a car owned by Aurangabad resident Vijay Nade. The number plates recovered recovered in this connection with the Antilia bomb scare belongs to a car owned by Aurangabad resident Vijay Madhukar. It was revealed on Monday. Besides a pair of number plates, the agency also retrieved 1 laptop, 1 printer, 2 hard disks, 2 CPUs, 2 DVRs, and other material allegedly thrown in the river by suspended Assistant Police Inspector Sachin Vaze, revealing that his car was stolen from Aurangabad on November 16th. Nade, that is the owner, maintained that an FIR was registered the very next day, after which the inquiry commenced. These number plates have been blacklisted since November 2020. Moreover, Vaze's associate, Riazuddin Qazi, is under the scanner after being caught on CCTV entering the number plate shop, which is what I spoke about. Its name is Bunty, before leaving with DVRs and a computer. Qazi, who has been extensively grilled by the agency, reportedly collected DVR of CCTVs installed in the housing society where Vaze resided on February 27. It is suspected that it was collected to destroy evidence that could implicate Vaze. Other updates in the VazeGate case: the Innova used to plant the letter is linked to the COP office. An exclusive picture of the white Innova car involved in the Vaze case, retrieved by the agency that provided the car, passed at the Commissioner of Police's office. This is the first image obtained since the NIA had linked this white Innova crossing the Scorpio vehicle near Antilia in a CCTV footage in a few days back. After going through more than 3,000 video footage, to find more evidence to link the Innova to the case, this image clears all doubts and cracks the case. Later, it was suspected that the CIU is also related with Vaze, given their attachment to the car. The NIA teams were sent unofficially to clarify their suspicion, and on their arrival, they discovered the Innova parked at the Commissioner's office, which resolved the case and confirmed this car to be the one used to plant the letter in the gelatin-laden Scorpio. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut on Monday claimed that he had warned some party leaders that Sachin Vaze, the suspended Mumbai police officer, who is currently in the NIA's custody, could create problems for the Maharashtra government. Sanjay Raut also said Sachin Vaze episode taught some lessons to the Shiv Sena-led Mahavikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra. The Sena, the NCP, and the Congress share power in the state. The NIA earlier this month arrested Vaze over his alleged role in planting the explosive-laden SUV near industrialist Mukesh Ambani's residence in South Mumbai on February 25th. He was earlier suspended in 2004 over the custodial death of Ghatkopar bomb blast accused Khwaja Yunus, and was reinstated into the police force last year. Mr. Raut also said that he had been a journalist for some decades and hence knows everything about Mr. Vaze. A person is not bad, he says, but sometimes a particular situation makes him so, he said. Meanwhile, in the VazeGate, the whole incident of Vaze's activities and controversies seems to have taught a lesson to the MVA government. It was good in a way and has happened and taught us some lessons, the Sena's chief spokesperson said. On Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray backing the suspended police officer, Sanjay Raut said they did not have enough information about Vaze and his activities. The Chief Minister supported him, but with his activities having surfaced, there is no reason to shield the officer, Sanjay Raut. On the speculation in political circles that Union Home Minister Amit Shah met NCP leader Sharad Pawar in Ahmedabad on Saturday, Raut said, Mr. Shah is known for holding several meetings in the Gujarat city with various leaders. There is nothing to raise eyebrows over the rumored meeting between Sharad Pawar and BJP leader Amit Shah. In fact, a dialogue between leaders of opposition rival parties is good. I am saying this provided they actually met with each other in Ahmedabad, he said. If it was really a secret meeting, how come news about this has come out? He added. Raut also said the three-party alliance in Maharashtra will not be affected by the outcome of the assembly polls in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, or the other states. On his remark in Sena mouthpiece, Samna, where he called Maharashtra NCP leader Anil Deshmukh an accidental home minister, Mr. Raut said Mr. Deshmukh is a gentleman. He must have gone through a lot of trouble and hardship while handling a crucial portfolio like the Home Ministry. I had even spoken to him and told him that he would face a lot of criticism, the Sena leader said. When you read all this, you really think that Sanjay Raut has absolutely nothing in the upper compartment. Meanwhile, in UP, a very shocking incident happened. A temple priest was found brutally murdered with his throat slit near Bulandshahr temple. Police are now on the alert. CEO Bijendra Rastogi and police officer Subhash Singh arrived at the scene after the body was discovered on Monday morning. The body has been sent for postmortem. On the day of Holi, a temple priest was found dead in a field close to a temple in UP's Bulandshahr. As per a report by Swarajya, the police have informed that the sadhu's throat was slit using a sharp weapon. Outrage has been reported by the aggrieved devotees against the brutal murder of a sadhu, following which the police have been put on a high alert. The 50-year-old Akshay Kumar, a priest, had come to work at the temple a week back from Kailavan village in Salempur. The sadhu was found dead in a mustard field near the famous Dhakwale temple in Anchurukala village of Shikarpur. This incident reminds us of the Palgar incident, that this was planned by someone. Meanwhile, Rhea Chakraborty says, "Love is power," in a rare social media post, posing with Sant Ki Aankh producer. Rhea Chakraborty returned to social media after 20 days to talk about love. She shared a picture posting with Sant Ki Aankh producer Nidhi Parmar Hiranandani. Rhea made a social post on Sunday where she spoke about love. The actor was seen posing with the producer. The two were seen lying on a bed while forming a heart symbol with their fingers. She shared the picture and quoted American author Robert Fulghum. "Love is power. Love is fabric, which never fades, no matter how often it is washed in the water of adversity and grief." Her caption read. This marked her second Instagram post this month. The actor made a social media return earlier this month on the occasion of International Women's Day, where she shared a picture of her hand intertwined with her mother. Whatever posts that she puts on Instagram is not going to whitewash what exactly happened to Sushant Singh. Where all this love went, in his case, God alone knows. Over the last few weeks, Maharashtra, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Gujarat have been imposing several restrictions with regards to COVID, including night curfews and a spike in the number of fresh coronavirus cases. Last week, the Maharashtra government also restricted seating capacity in theatres to 50%. It's very difficult for big budget films to release with 50% seating capacity in theatres. Even if they do, it is difficult to say how it will perform at the box office because footfalls in theatre are very less and people are scared to go to a theatre, especially when there is a second wave coming in, said Gaurav Garg, head of research at Capital via Global Research. Film exhibitors across the country are pinning big hopes on Akshay Kumar's Suryavanshi, which will hit the big screen on April 30, after a delay of more than a year. Industry experts and film trade analysts, however, caution that the release of Suryavanshi and Salman Khan's Radhe could be impacted if the fresh spike in infections remains unabated. April and May will also be very tough for the cinema industry as it will face competition from the IPL. So the industry will see some recovery only after that, Garg said. The Rani Mukherjee and Saif Ali Khan star Bantri or Bubbly 2, the Hindi version of Rana Daggubati's multilingual Hathi Mere Saathi and Punjabi movie Pauda have all postponed their release dates. Well, if you ask us, Mr. Garg, let me tell you that Bollywood, it's not COVID that's going to affect your movies. It's the public who have decided to boycott your movies once and for all. While there's so much of doublespeak in Bollywood, the stars don't care two hoots about others' daughters. They're very protective about their own daughters, says media. Akshay Kumar and Twinkle Khanna are very protective of their daughter, Nitara. They rarely share her photos while showing her face, but often write about her. Twinkle has spent the whole lockdown's diaries she spent with Nitara, and her antics are funny now too. Now, on the occasion of Holi 2021, Akshay shared a rare photo posing with Nitara wherein both are smeared in the color yellow. The actor even called it family fun. While sharing the photo, Akshay wrote, "No bigger joy than festivities with those who are a part of you." Well, it's also about doublespeak because he tweeted to the public to not play Holi while he has a gala time with his family. The man who acts like a saint and has been proved time and again that he's exactly the opposite. Speaking of doublespeak, viewers, it looks like Kangana Ranaut needs you again and wants more exposure. So she decides that you vote for Talevi, the movie on Jayalalitha. Boycott Bollywood, madam. Ask Ikta and her fans to do it for you. We are still waiting for justice for Sushant. Looks like you forgot this in your rat race. I would advise you to spend your money, friends, on yourselves. Help people, donate to temples and worthy causes. Why waste money on these people who don't care two hoots about you? OTT has enough options for entertainment. We don't want to encourage people who are into drugs, money laundering, and trafficking. My advice is don't go to the theaters. Make them bleed the way they made Sushant and so many others bleed. Now, the last piece of news will be rather inspiring. People going to the Nauchandi police station in Uttar Pradesh, Meerut, are left aghast these days as they get Ganga Jal as a gift. The complainant receives a tilak on the forehead. He is sprinkled with water and gets a bottle of Ganga Jal as a return gift. Station House officer Prem Chand Sharma said that he believes in controlling law and order with a touch of devotion. My experiment seems to be succeeding, he says. People have become less aggressive. They come here and calmly give their complaint. The entire Nauchandi area has become quieter. However, we are not backing away from the police action needed against miscreants, he said. Thank you, friends. So let's just go through what you are saying. The latest is Anuradha. They are in pressure to be in solidarity with the liberal cabal. That's why he's close with Tapsi Pannu. There are many stories being floated on the you know what. Yes, Anuradha, I'd agree with you. These people are not to be trusted because what they say and what they do is exactly the opposite. Thank you, Joan, to you too. Mitra says, soon IPL also will be exposed like Bollywood. This is one thing we really pray for because all these people are involved, connected in some way, Mitra, as we have seen. The cricketers, Bollywood, all of them are connected. And it all leads to the same, what you call a nexus, that, exploits young actors and actresses. Rhea says, Rhea, another drama. What else to expect? Rhea talks about love. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes, it's very ironical indeed. Rhea also says, Mamta, all her cabinet workers are all Muslim, none are Hindu. Even saying Ram, name she kills, and she ignores people shouting Allah. Mamta is killing innocent Hindus to make West Bengal true Muslim. Rhea, here I would say that, see, in every state, people from all religions coexist peacefully. It's politics that is making this thing vicious, and that's what she is cashing in on. Good evening, Parul. Thank you for joining me. Happy Holi to all of you. Indumukhi, thank you for your great work. Thank you so much, Indumukhi, because it's all of you who support me that makes me want to do better in whatever news we give you. Sujata, since P. Singh post has been changed, who will be handling Janvi's case now? Yeah, this is something we need to look out for. Sujata, it's very rarely that you'll get any news about the Janvi Kukreja case because, see, as in many other cases, you have this feeling that they're somehow trying to suppress the truth. And the truth has to come out. And it will come out only when, CBI enters the scene. Shilpa, well said. Meenaji, boycott Bollywood all the way through, and that applies to all actors, even though they appear to be a pro-SSR campers in the past. See, friends, what you will notice is that all of us, we supported Kangana when she was, when she was being attacked by the Mahavikas Agadi, when her office was being destroyed. We stood with her at every juncture. But the moment she invited Ekta Kapoor to her birthday, that's the time when we saw, the complete U-turn. I mean, these were the people that she was attacking. She was talking about Mahesh, but they're all a nexus. And these were the people who never even sympathized or, spoke about SSR when he died. So how do such people suddenly turn, overnight? So I would suggest that, see, the public policy to boycott movies, that is the best thing that you're doing. Let us continue it. Ree, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Lots of support. Thank you so much, Ree. Wish you also a happy Holi. We love the way you give. Thank you, Mitra, and I enjoy seeing all your messages. Pushpalata, thank you for joining us. Your research is very authentic. Thank you. Pushpalata, see, there are a lot of channels in YouTube that give big headlines and say that they're going to give you a lot of information. But I see that many of them hardly do any research. It's important that see when all of you come to our channel and listen to us, it's important that we do our work and we are prepared so that see what we give you is additional information for you that maybe the mainstream media does not do. Thank you, Dr. Pushpalata. Anuradha says, Madam, this coexistence part, I disagree. A particular community go only by their book, and that's the reason behind the insane violence against Hindus in Bengal to some extent. You can see it playing in Kerala. Yes, Anuradha, see why I say this is because many years ago in Kerala, the Christians, the Hindus, and the Muslims coexisted, and nobody knew the difference because everybody would share things and do things. But at that time, politics did not play such dirty games. When politics decides that who should be used as a voting section of society, then they bring in politics and say that there should be hatred among people. I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but I'm saying that see this whole thing has been magnified by politicians. So that's what I meant by that. Reed, you're asking me this question because of the photographs that were published, and so that's how we had proof that she had gone for the party. Rohan Shetty, happy Holi. We had a little holy propaganda, but what can we do, right? Aha, stay safe. Thank you, Rohan. Wish you and your family a very happy Holi. Sharad Pawar taken to hospital, says Gurupada Jaina, over abdomen unease to undergo a gallbladder procedure. This happened after a meeting with Amit Shah. Amit Shah ने क्या खिला दिया और क्या बोल दिया उन्हें. We like your sense of humor. I'm sure something would have happened to agitate him, or maybe it is a genuine case of a gallbladder problem. Again, read that you say that bit doubtful that Kangana invited. We know this. I just feel that see, it's only the photographs that are speaking for itself. So, and Kangana has not denied it. Ma'am, the man in Sushant's room with specs is the same man, the ACP at Sachin Vaze team. Gayatri, you'll have to tell us which photograph because was it when he was lying dead in the room that you're talking about? Dr. Pushpalata, yes, we should boycott Bollywood completely. However, I admire Kangana's courage. She has left us confused. Yes, that's exactly what we all felt. But this last bit of U-turn did surprise us. Ree, thank you for your update. Thank you, Ree. Dr. Pushpalata, we should boycott Bollywood completely. Yeah, true. Ma'am, no one's talking about the mystery girl. Are you talking about the mystery girl lady who was with Vaze, or you're talking about the girl who entered the gate to Sushant's house? Good evening, Marietta. Yeah, myth of the gate. There were doubts that it was the girl who is the fashion designer who is a friend of Rhea. You remember she was caught in the drug case, so they say that it could be her. If you would recall, she was called for questioning by NIA. I forget her name. Yes, that same lady. Good evening, Lena. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, Rena. Yes, we will try to get Mr. Ribeiro, but I don't know whether we can give him a clean sheet because there were articles written about him as well. Happy Holi to you, Soumya. Thank you always, Anuradha, for joining us. Ma'am, why there is no law against Bollywood, only to target Hinduism as a dirty entertainment? We've seen this time and again. For example, Mr. Akshay Kumar and many more. Your view, thank you. Really, see, like I said in another channel, see, Hindus have been the easiest target because Hindus have a tendency to be rather, they do not react till till their back breaks, till things are done that make them really hurt. People they are quite docile, and that's why so many people have come into India and have lived quite happily. Some have invaded and attacked them. So what happens in this case, I would say, Ree, is that see, this has been misused. This feeling that see Hindus will tolerate anything has been misused because today's generation are certainly not taking it lying down. So that's why see the attack on OTT platforms and movies, have started in such a way that these legal action against them is taking its due course, and people in the OTT platforms are also now very careful about what they produce in their content. Sonali Singh, thank you. Oh, happy Holi to you as well. Boo boo. Same to you, Boo Boo. I like your name. We have an Uddhav Thackeray also here. He says, please vote for me for future Prime Minister of India. I'll make the country free corruption and full of justice. Dr. Pushpalata, ma'am, what is your perception about the SSR case? Will CBI come with the truth, or this case will be compromised politically? Pushpalata, I feel that see, with the NIA working on the Sachin Baze case, a lot of things are going to come out, including the fact that see, perhaps all the hard drive that was stolen from Sushant will also bring out the truth. And you remember, see, it was reported that the CBI wanted to interrogate, one of the Thackeray's as well, but he got COVID and could not do it. So I think a lot of action is happening backstage, which we are not aware of. So I'm sure that we can look forward to something very soon. Thank you, Ree. Happy Holi to you and your family, Dr. Pushpalata. Anuradha, awareness making us less docile, and so coexistence is not possible for them at this stage. Absolutely, Anuradha, I agree with you. Good evening, Ritu Khan. Happy Holi to you as well. Yes, Parul, with whatever news is coming out on a daily basis, this is absolutely true. Thank you, Marietta, for joining us, and thank you for wishing us a happy Holi. Romana, will NIA investigate Sushant case? I'm sure that it's leading to that. Absolutely, Romana. Thank you, friends, for joining me and asking these questions. And I'm sure that, see, basically being a positive person, I've always felt that, see, things will always turn out for the best. See, for example, all this that's happening in the Sachin Vaze case is that there is someone, there is a deeper force that is behind this. And I'm sure it's, Sushant's soul and the soul of many people who have been murdered, who are intent on the truth coming out. And this is the only way I can explain that the kind of chaos that Maharashtra is facing now is only because of this. Raghunathan, from God's own country to evil owns country. That's what Kerala. Yes, there has been a complete change. I hope it will all change soon. With the coming of the Metro Man. Same to you, RCH. Thank you, Lena, and good night. Thank you, Marietta. Please join me every time we are on air. It really makes me happy to hear your voices. Anuradha, Raghunathan, head to West Bengal and see. It's much more violent than that is if you are unbiased. Sure. Nirupama Salian, I think Amit Shah and CBI waited for the right moment now that Mahavikas Aghadi is on the back foot. Now baby will be interrogated. I agree with you, Nirupama, because see, with a prime minister like Narendra Modi at the helm, this is bound to happen. They have no vested interest. Let's see that the truth will come out. Rohan Shetty, I'm only waiting for Arnab to get back to his element and call out people openly like baby Penguin. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, we have a Dawood Ibrahim. I think we should skip that. Aranya Dev, so noble and so great is Sushant's soul. Absolutely. So I'm sure that the truth will come out in some way or the other. Sonali is saying this time it's Sushant's pure soul which is revealing all the mess that these people have been doing since ages. Yes, I agree with you, Sonali. Wonder Kumar, can Divya Bharti case be open if her family wants to? Then she was killed. Her theory of accidental death doesn't make sense. Wonder Kumar, I see. I don't know whether you know. See, in the case of Divya Bharti, see the father and the brother were quite against the mother. So I feel in a sense that Divya Bharti was pushed into acting and marrying this man who was connected with underworld. It was the mother who was behind it and not the father, because when she was dead, the father and the brother actually blamed the mother for it. So somewhere perhaps that lady was greedy and she wanted more money, and that's how Sajid Nadiawala was making her quiet. I hope the case will come out. To be honest, worried about West Bengal. What will this side turn out to be? I'm quite hopeful that BJP will come to power. Sajid Nadiawala was suspicious in Divya Bharti's case, and that there was no social media. Exactly. And this case was closed due to Shiv Sena. Let us, the public, bring focus back on it, Kumar. Anuradha says, entire Bollywood company getting an ultimate detox treatment at the expense of Sushant's death. Yes, absolutely. Wanda Kumar, Divya Bharti's mother was a gambler and a greedy person, and Meeta Bharti was Divya Bharti's second mom. Then, ma'am, who is Divya Bharti? Ah, okay, so that's news to me. No, I didn't know this bit. So, looks like you have done your research. Perhaps we should go into it again in another session. Tour Edu. Ma'am, when will Sushant get justice? See, the very fact that all these things are coming together and so many things are being exposed almost on a daily basis, I think shortly we should have some sort of a closure to Sushant's case. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that. Why is Paramveer not questioned by NIA? It looks like NIA is covering up big fish. See here, Raghu, I feel that, to get the truth out, they have to catch some people. And then once that is revealed, then his role will also come out because the opposition will also attack him. So ultimately, Paramveer will also be, questioned and brought to book. That's what I feel. It's just a step-by-step stage that's happening now. Rex Bailey, yes, I agree with you. Typical love jihad. Modus operandi going on since decades in reality in Bombay. Absolutely. Divya Bharti was a pure soul. Couldn't understand. Yes. In fact, I don't think she was very fond of movies as well. Mitra, yes, ma'am. Even I feel Paramveer is very silent now. Why NIA has not come out of Vaze has admitted the crime of killing Mansur? They've already reported that, Rekha. That's what is the latest news, you know. And it's also said that, see, he was in the car when this man was killed. And there were several marks on his face. No, I don't think, Varun, that applies at all. See, because if BJP has to come to power, it has to come power on its own. It cannot ally with these three corrupt parties, absolutely. Yes, true, Sujata. If Komarji can share his information with us, we can do a session on that. It depends, Ree, because see, you're saying that what's your view on what should be the punishment for people who are involved in the SSR murder? It should be the maximum. See, for people who have killed him or murdered him brutally, it should be the maximum form, whether it's death or, other form. Here, I would say that there should be absolutely no mercy. Paula Fogarth. In Divya Bhati's case, she died at night, 11 p.m., and her body was taken to Cooper Hospital. And Sajid came to Cooper Hospital after 5 hours of death. Where was he up to that time? Big question. You remember, the doctor couple had asked him, Sajid, and her brother, Divya's brother, to go out, while they would make her understand. The making her understand was the fact that was the time when she, died. She, whether she was pushed down or whether, what exactly happened, they say that she was drunk, but that's very highly unlikely. So it was like a whole thing. The whole thing was planned very well between Sajid and the doctor couple, who should have been also questioned. Yes, I agree with you, Rekha. Nikita Thomas' killer should have been given capital punishment. I agree with you 100%. No, the big fish will come out. Why do you feel that way, Rex Bailey? Are you talking about tour? Are you talking about Janvi Kukreja? I don't think it's right in questioning the mother because there were so many channels that interviewed the mother, and she spoke about whatever was in her mind. But remember, the police never shared any video footage with her, so she has absolutely no idea what happened. And even if the police says that those two friends are accused, we don't know because how can the Mumbai police come to such a quick conclusion that these two people killed her, and they should be in jail. Even Sushant's case was not solved so quickly. They were busy hiding all the evidence. Yes, Vanda, I agree with you. Divya Bharti was killed by a pre-planned by the way of English film A Kiss Before Dying. Please see that movie scene, you'll connect. Sure, I'll see that. Thank you so much. Sujata also says that she'll watch it. Dr. Pushpalata, Ria's return to social media shows how confident. Actually, Dr. Pushpalata, I somehow feel that this Bollywood people, they are just trying to put on a charade. It's a sort of an act to see how much, you will bend and how much you will watch her and start feeling sort of a sympathy for her. So these are all just, things to sort of woo you and to, test your, how quickly you can forgive them. Happy Holi to you, Nitin. Wanda Kumar says, please, ma'am, see Divya Bharti's interview, mother's interview. Her body language, her eyes clearly shows she's lying on her own innocent daughter. Divya Bharti was in depression at that time because there was no one to support her. Yes, I agree with you, Wanda Kumar, because the husband was forcing her to do things that she didn't want to do. And I'm sure since you have already done your research, you would know exactly what he was trying to force her to do. Divya and now Disha both fall off the building as they said. Very strange. You're talking about Disha. Divya, no, you're not. It's not Divya. You're talking about Janvi Kukreja, as you read. Yeah, that's what we hope, Nitin. That we can get the hard disk related to Sushant as well. Nitin Kutia. Is this artist? Yes, that's what I thought. Anuradha, sadistic Bollywood, stay out of it. Heard of weird vicarious pleasures. This one is abhorrible. Yes, the Janvi Kukreja case is shocking, you know. And when the police casually say that, there was a drug peddler also involved in it, I just can't understand how they can say this so casually. That person should be given the third degree to find out how the host called him, and see the connection between the host and the drug peddler. JJM, yes, yes. I'm sure SSR will get justice. Varun, see, Advocate Vivekanand should join us on Wednesday, so we can ask these questions to him on Wednesday about the expecting a charge sheet. Tony Anand, Sajid Nadia used to beat Divya Bhati with belt and rod. He was stopping her to do movies. There was, yes, I agree, Tony Anand. Beating with the belt is just something mild. He was asking her to do something worse. So that's how she protested. And being an intelligent woman, she was not going to take things lying low. So I suppose they decided to eliminate her. So that would have been, and again, see, as everybody knows, there was no social media at that time. So all these things got hidden. Varun, yes, we will ask these questions to Advocate Vivekanand because I'm not sure about this. When Siddharth Pitani confessed to hard disk, then CBI also could have recovered those as in Sachin. Yes, Dr. Pushpalata, I think that will be the next stage. The moment this is done, I'm sure that will happen as well. Wanda Kumar. Some heroine like her face was jealous of Divya Bharti's success, short age stardom. She was jealous and wanted her to get out of Bollywood Ladla film heroine. I won't take her name. Yes, we understand, Wanda. We know who you're referring to. The actress who died some time back. Yes, who also died. So whether that is karma, we don't know. Thank you, friends, for this wonderful session. And please keep sending me your suggestions and comments. I take them very seriously. And I also post them on my Twitter handle. Good night and see you.